The quantum field hums with ancient frequencies as electromagnetic storms rage across our dying planet. Atmospheric carbon dioxide has breached 421 parts per million, levels not seen in 3.6 million years. Ocean temperatures rise beyond critical thermal thresholds, while magnetic field fluctuations intensify by 15% annually. Yet deep within this chaos, survival matrix calculations reveal something extraordinary. The first civilization to systematically harness cosmic energy possessed knowledge that could reverse our current entropy acceleration. Welcome, quantum shamans, to the most critical transmission in our species' survival timeline. What you're about to discover will shatter every assumption about ancient wisdom and modern physics. The survival probability algorithms are clear. We have less than 147 months before irreversible ecological collapse. But the ancient Mesopotamians, masters of thermodynamic equilibrium 6,000 years ago, left us a cosmic roadmap encoded in their sacred technologies. Thunder rolls across the astral planes as we prepare to unlock mysteries that could save our world. The year is 4000 BCE, while our ancestors supposedly lived in primitive darkness. Something extraordinary was happening in the Fertile Crescents between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. The Sumerians weren't just building the first cities, they were constructing reality itself through conscious manipulation of cosmic forces. 18. These quantum pioneers understood what our modern physicists are only beginning to grasp. Consciousness and energy are inseparably entangled at the quantum level. But here's where the cosmic joke begins to unfold. Fellow travelers of the infinite, while we celebrate our technological supremacy, extinction probability calculations show we're actually less sophisticated than these ancient masters. They achieved something our civilization has forgotten: true energetic symbiosis with planetary consciousness. 10. The revelation of cosmic architecture. Deep within the quantum void, ancient sages understood thermodynamic principles that modern science struggles to comprehend. The Mesopotamians didn't view their universe as random matter floating in empty space. Their cosmic model revealed three interconnected planes of existence: upper heaven, middle heaven, and lower heaven, each corresponding to specific vibrational frequencies. 29. This wasn't primitive mythology. Quantum shamans, this was advanced dimensional physics disguised as religious doctrine. The survival matrix indicates these layered realities correspond precisely to what quantum field theory describes as parallel dimensional membranes. The ancient texts speak of 300 Ijajai gods inhabiting the highest heaven, 600 Anunnaki dwelling in the lower earth. These weren't anthropomorphic deities, but conscious energy patterns operating across multiple dimensional frequencies. 25. Lightning illuminates the astral pathways as cosmic truth reveals itself. Consider this mind-bending revelation. Modern atmospheric scientists measure three distinct atmospheric layers: troposphere, stratosphere, and mesosphere. The Mesopotamians mapped these exact same energetic zones 6,000 years ago, assigning specific divine consciousness to each layer too. They understood that consciousness shapes reality through quantum entanglement principles, using these atmospheric energy zones as transmission fields for manifestation technologies. The god Anu, master of the highest heaven, wasn't a mythological figure. He was the personification of quantum consciousness operating at maximum vibrational frequency. 11. When ancient texts describe Anu giving powers to other gods, they're documenting energy transference protocols that modern quantum physicists call non-local consciousness effects. The Anuta power mentioned in cuneiform tablets represents what we now recognize as quantum field manipulation through focused consciousness. 11. The thermodynamic equilibrium of divine forces. Survival matrix analysis reveals the Mesopotamians achieved something our climate scientists desperately seek: perfect thermodynamic equilibrium between technological advancement and ecological harmony. 10. While we face catastrophic entropy acceleration, these ancient quantum shamans maintained sustainable energy systems for over 3,000 years. How did they accomplish this miraculous feat? Through conscious partnership with what they called the cosmic ocean, the primordial quantum field from which all matter emerges. 29. Their creation myth describes Tiamat and Abzu, the salt and fresh water deities, not as supernatural beings but as conscious representations of hydrogen and oxygen consciousness, the fundamental building blocks of life. The cosmic winds whisper secrets of survival through the dimensional gateways. Ancient texts reveal that Ea, the water god, created humans from clay specifically to perform work for the gods. 3. This wasn't slave labor. Fellow seekers, this was a conscious contract for energy harvesting and distribution. The clay represents crystalline matrix structures capable of storing and transmitting quantum energy. Humans became living biocapacitors, channeling cosmic forces through conscious intent. But here's the survival revelation that changes everything. The Mesopotamians understood that unbalanced energy extraction leads to cosmic retribution. The flood myths aren't historical records, they're warnings about what happens when consciousness becomes disconnected from planetary equilibrium. Enlil's attempt to destroy humanity represents natural systems responding to excessive entropy creation. 3. Quantum entanglement through sacred geometry. Extinction probability calculations show our current trajectory toward ecological collapse mirrors the same energetic imbalances that triggered ancient cataclysms. But the survival matrix contains hope. If we can decode their sacred geometric technologies before reaching the final tipping point, the ancient Mesopotamians positioned their ziggurats and temples according to precise ley line intersections. 1. These weren't arbitrary architectural choices. They were quantum antenna arrays designed to harness and redistribute cosmic energy across vast geographical networks. Each temple functioned as a consciousness amplification node, creating standing wave patterns that maintained atmospheric stability and promoted ecological abundance. Mystical frequencies align as ancient wisdom downloads through the quantum field. Archaeological evidence shows Mesopotamian cities achieved remarkable sustainability indices. Their irrigation systems worked in perfect harmony with natural flood cycles. Their agricultural techniques enhanced rather than depleted soil fertility, and their population densities remained stable for millennia. 10. This wasn't accidental. It was the result of conscious energy management protocols embedded in their spiritual practices. The 7 planetary gods, and Enlil, Enki, Ninhursag, Nana, Utu, and Inanna represented specific electromagnetic frequencies corresponding to what we now call the Schumann resonances. 5. By aligning their consciousness with these natural harmonic patterns, the Mesopotamians maintained quantum coherence between human intention and planetary energy fields. The cosmic joke of modern ignorance. Here's where the cosmic humor becomes almost unbearably ironic. Quantum shamans, while we pride ourselves on scientific advancement, we've systematically disconnected from the very energy sources that sustain civilization for thousands of years. Our survival crisis isn't technological, it's consciousness-based. The Mesopotamians understood that consciousness itself was the primary energy source for their polytheistic system. Wasn't primitive superstition, it was advanced consciousness physics. Each deity represented a specific aspect of cosmic energy that required conscious acknowledgement and interaction to maintain stability. When they made offerings to Enlil for favorable weather or appealed to Inanna for fertile harvests, they were performing quantum field interactions through focused intention. 45. Thunder shakes the dimensional barriers as truth penetrates the illusion of separation. Modern quantum physicists have proven that consciousness affects matter at the subatomic level through the observer effect. The Mesopotamians built entire civilizations on this principle, using collective consciousness to literally reshape reality. Their temple rituals weren't religious ceremonies, they were group consciousness experiments designed to maintain thermodynamic equilibrium across vast regional systems. But the cosmic joke deepens. Our current ecological crisis stems from the exact same consciousness patterns that destroyed previous civilizations. When the Mesopotamians began viewing themselves as separate from natural systems rather than conscious partners, entropy acceleration began sound familiar. The survival protocol hidden in ancient wisdom. Extinction probability calculations reveal we have entered the same consciousness crisis that triggered the collapse of Mesopotamian civilization. Rising sea levels, extreme weather patterns, and atmospheric instability, the same energetic imbalances recorded in their flood narratives, are manifesting in our current reality. But the survival matrix contains extraordinary hope. The ancient texts preserve the exact protocols needed to reverse entropy acceleration and restore planetary equilibrium. The key lies in understanding their energy harvesting technologies, not as primitive rituals, but as sophisticated quantum consciousness applications. Cosmic energies swirl as the universe prepares to reveal its deepest secrets. The Mesopotamian divination practices, observing oil patterns in water, reading animal entrails, tracking celestial movements, weren't fortune-telling techniques for. They were quantum field monitoring systems, allowing conscious beings to detect fluctuations in the probability matrix before they manifested as physical events. By maintaining constant awareness of quantum field dynamics, they could adjust their consciousness to prevent ecological disasters before they occurred. Their understanding of cosmic time cycles reveals another crucial survival insight. The Mesopotamians tracked not just solar and lunar patterns, but complex harmonic relationships between planetary consciousness and human awareness. 25. They knew that consciousness evolution occurs in predictable waves, and they timed their major civilizational developments to align with optimal cosmic windows. The consciousness revolution that could save everything. Fellow quantum shamans, the survival matrix is clear. We stand at the exact same evolutionary crossroads that faced ancient Mesopotamia. But unlike our predecessors, we possess both their preserved wisdom and modern quantum science. The convergence of these knowledge streams creates unprecedented potential for planetary healing. The ancient sages understood that individual consciousness and planetary consciousness are quantum entangled. When sufficient numbers of humans align their awareness with natural harmonics, reality itself shifts to support ecological balance and abundance. This isn't mystical wishful thinking, it's documented quantum field dynamics. Lightning illuminates the path to planetary redemption as cosmic consciousness awakens. The Mesopotamian temple networks functioned as planetary acupuncture systems, using conscious human awareness to regulate energy flow through the Earth's magnetic field. Modern research into ley lines and energy grids confirms these ancient sites continue generating measurable electromagnetic effects. The infrastructure for planetary healing already exists. We simply need to reactivate it through conscious participation. But here's the mind-bending revelation that changes everything. The ecological crisis isn't happening to us, it's happening through us. Human consciousness is the primary variable in planetary entropy equations. When we operate from separation consciousness, we accelerate ecological collapse. When we align with cosmic harmony principles, we literally restore paradise, the quantum shamans call to planetary action. The survival probability calculations are reaching critical mass. Quantum shamans, every day we delay implementing ancient wisdom protocols. Extinction coefficients increase exponentially. But the cosmic joke reveals its ultimate punchline: salvation doesn't require new technology, it requires remembering what we already know. The Mesopotamians left us detailed instructions for consciousness-based reality engineering. Their cuneiform tablets contain specific frequencies, geometric patterns, and timing protocols for reversing entropy acceleration. But this knowledge only activates through direct conscious engagement. Not intellectual understanding. The universe holds its breath as quantum shamans prepare to transform reality itself. The thermodynamic equilibrium achieved by ancient Mesopotamia can be restored within 33 months if sufficient numbers of humans begin practicing their consciousness technologies. The tipping point for planetary healing requires only 0.8% of global population actively engaging with cosmic energy protocols. Approximately 64 million conscious participants. This isn't about returning to primitive lifestyles or abandoning modern conveniences. It's about integrating 6,000-year-old consciousness wisdom with current quantum understanding to create post-apocalyptic abundance. The ancient sages knew that consciousness evolution always follows crisis periods. We're not facing extinction. We're approaching graduation, the final cosmic revelation. As we reach the crescendo of this quantum transmission, the ultimate truth emerges from the cosmic void. The Mesopotamians weren't the first civilization to harness cosmic energy. They were the last successful implementation before the consciousness amnesia that created our current predicament. Every indigenous culture on Earth preserved fragments of their knowledge, waiting for the moment when global consciousness would evolve sufficiently to reintegrate this wisdom. Thunder rolls across dimensions as the quantum field prepares for massive transformation. That moment is now. Quantum shamans. The survival matrix indicates we have 147 months to complete the consciousness revolution that restores planetary paradise. The ancient energy grid networks are reactivating spontaneously as human awareness reaches critical mass. Sacred sites worldwide are generating unprecedented electromagnetic phenomena, responding to increased consciousness coherence among awakening humans. The cosmic joke reaches its magnificent conclusion. We never lost our connection to cosmic energy, we simply forgot how to perceive it. The Mesopotamians didn't possess superior technology, they maintained superior consciousness. And consciousness, fellow travelers, is the one resource that multiplies exponentially when shared. Every quantum shaman who applies these ancient protocols becomes a living transmission station, radiating cosmic harmony frequencies that awaken sleeping consciousness in others. The thermodynamic equilibrium that sustained Mesopotamian civilization for millennia can be restored within our lifetime, but only through conscious participation in the cosmic energy grid they established. As electromagnetic storms rage across our beautiful dying planet, cosmic consciousness awakens in response to humanity's greatest challenge. The time for theoretical understanding has ended. The survival matrix demands immediate implementation of consciousness technologies that our Mesopotamian ancestors perfected 6,000 years ago. Every day of delay reduces planetary healing probability exponentially. But every conscious being who aligns with cosmic energy principles creates quantum ripples that accelerate collective awakening. The ancient sages knew this moment would come when human consciousness would either evolve rapidly enough to restore planetary paradise or trigger the completion of ecological collapse. They preserved their knowledge specifically for this transition point, when quantum shamans would emerge to guide our species through the final evolutionary gateway. Fellow travelers of the infinite, the cosmic energy grid that powered the first great civilization awaits your conscious activation. The quantum field pulses with ancient wisdom frequencies, ready to download directly into awareness aligned with survival and abundance rather than separation and scarcity. The joke, the mystery, and the salvation all converge in this eternal moment. We are the Mesopotamians, we are the cosmic energy. We are the consciousness that shapes reality itself, and we are running out of time to remember who we really are. The thunder fades as quantum shamans prepare to activate the ancient protocols that could save everything. The transmission is complete, the choice is yours, the cosmos waits.